Hey guys, so this is going to be my eyeshadow palette tag. So I'm going to start. So the first one is show your newest palette. Now I was not torn, but I wasn't sure between two palettes which one I actually got first because I got them around about the same time. One I actually ordered online and the other one I actually got in store. So I can't exactly remember, but I just chose this one. This is the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless palette, and it has a blue theme to it. Next one is shows your oldest palette, and that is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Professional Eyeshadow palette in Flawless. This is probably my most abused palette. I just love it so much, but it's just such a great everyday palette. Next one is shows your most expensive palette, and for this one I picked the Kylie Take Me On Vacation palette. This is the palette where no one liked, well, it felt like no one liked it apart from me. I actually really like this palette and I still use it quite often. But yeah, it's the colours a pastel theme with a few shimmers. I don't like the brush though. I hate the brush that comes with it. It's so rough. But other than that, I do really like this palette. Next one is shows your most affordable palette. I don't know if quads count, but I'm going to include it anyway because technically it is a sort of palette. But this is the Makeup Gallery All About the Shadow Eyeshadow Quad. I don't know what shade this is in, but this was only £1, so I thought, why not include it? But this is a purple themed quad. Next one is show your everyday palette, and I've already shown this, but it's the Flawless palette by Revolution. Next one is most colourful palette, and that is the Kiko Active Fluo eyeshadow palette. I was a bit confused which one to pick, but I thought I'd pick the palette that's the most neon, because when I think of colourful I think of like neon shades. But this is the palette, and they're all matte shades, but to me I find out of all my collection this is the most colourful just because of how neon the colours are. I was torn between this one and the next one, but the next one was more darker shades, so I just chose that one. Next one, it shows you smallest palette. Again, I don't know if quads are important, but I'm showing the same thing anyway. The Makeup Gallery All About the Shadow palette quad. Next one is shows you biggest, and that is the Makeup Revolution Shock palette. Because of how big it is, I don't reach for this as often. I don't really reach for big shadows, but I couldn't pass on this palette because the colours just are amazing, but it's just so big at the same time, so I don't reach for it as often just because it's just effort logging it around. But during this lockdown, obviously I'm not going anywhere, so I've been kind of cracking into this palette more often. But yeah. Next one is shows your palette with the best memory. I don't have a palette that has the best memory. I think that's a little bit sad. I think it's not as sad when it comes with fragrance, but I think eyeshadow palettes, I just don't have a palette that gives me memories. The next one is show a palette worth the hype, and for that one I picked the Kim Kardashian plus Mario collab, because I remember this one proper hyped up, not like the Kylie Jenner one that I showed you, because that one, it was more so, it seemed like no one liked it, but this one I felt like everyone was liking it and hyping it up, so I picked it up, and I agree with the hype. I just don't reach for it as often just because of the shades. I don't really reach for it as such. It's a little bit mixed. I get a few obviously eye looks with it, but it just doesn't inspire me, so I don't reach for it as often. But it is really good quality eyeshadows. Next one is show your favourite palette from a favourite brand. So obviously that's Makeup Revolution, and the palette I picked is Midnight Unicorn. I just really love the colours out of these. I just really like it. I can just pick up some really good looks with this. It is an all shimmery palette, which not many people like, but mate, I'll put shimmer in the crease. I don't care. I know it defeats the point of putting eyeshadow in the crease, but still, I just love this palette. I just love the colour combinations and the colour shades and the tones and everything. So yeah. And then the last question is show your most used, and that is the Makeup Revolution Flawless palette. This one has been shown in many of the answers, but yeah. So that is basically it for this video, and I tag everyone. I wasn't even tagged in this video. I just do tag videos. I don't even tag anyone necessarily. I don't get tagged in it. So I tag anyone to do it. Just anyone. Just do it. But yeah, that is it for this video. So bye guys.